Hello, beautiful souls. I am so excited to be here with each one of you. Welcome to the Rainbow Goddess YouTube channel. I am Rosalie and just welcoming you all into this space. I really wanted to jump on here and share some messages with all of you that I've been receiving. And there's just been so much streaming through from Mother Earth. And I've been really finding this time of reflection and even solitude so supportive and nourishing for all that I feel we're being prepared for in the coming months, whether that preparation is for your own personal life and what you are moving into, or you're in a preparation stage for the next piece that is coming in to support your mission or your path. I feel we're all sort of in this window. And this preparation period can feel very uncomfortable at times because it's not the full bloom of summer where we're very much in the energies and we know what's going on and we're just, feeling the impulse to really get things done and take action and just be in this um, stream of knowing what that comes with summer. I feel we're in this preparation of spring, new energies, the beginnings of what's emerging from the earth is also emerging from within us. And so, as I was sitting and reflecting this morning and meditating with Mother Earth, I sat with her and I really just asked her, what is it that you would like to share with me today? And what is your message? And how can I receive you and be a student or apprentice with the earth? This has just been a part of my process right now, is really learning straight from the planet, learning from Mother Earth as my teacher. And it's just been such a beautiful experience to receive in that way because it's really deepened my connection with the planet and in turn with myself. And so Mother Earth has been supporting me and many of us with speaking and sharing codes and wisdom. And so many of us are able to receive and listen, but there are many who are not recognizing her signals. They're not recognizing that she's calling or she's leaving messages for you because we're not necessarily accustomed to receiving in that way. So there is this call right now to deepen that connection with her and to build that relationship because she's really helping us all receive the clarity that we are desiring to support us on our journeys. And so as I was sitting with her this morning, I was reflecting on the experience of really being in that like deep surrendered space. Right now, on my personal journey, I'm in this in between of moving out of winter, of that cycle, and moving into this cycle of spring where I'm awaiting my next steps for where I want to be and what I want to bring into my life and what I want to co-create with Mother Earth for my journey. And so I've been sitting in this space of just being, the beingness, just allowing myself to be in nothingness at times where it feels like, as much as I want to be doing, I'm still in this phase of receiving and being okay with not doing anything. And this is actually very challenging for the masculine part of ourselves that is used to being in constant motion and constant movement and constant doing. And so I feel there is this part of me that's asking to just receive and just to be, because it's not quite time yet to move into full-fledged, masculine action. And so maybe you found this about yourself too, even when you are attempting to be in stillness, you're finding that you're still thinking about what you're going to be doing next, or you're thinking about what you should be receiving in that moment to help you on receiving guidance for what's next. So there's this like desire to be somewhere else. And so I was reflecting on where I am in my life right now. And I was saying to Mother Earth, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be in stillness and to be in quiet and deep reflection, meditation, and surrender. And even though it's been a little uncomfortable for me to not know what's next, I've been opening to receive that this is exactly where I need to be. And Mother Earth was giving me the example of how we learn through extremes, how we learn through polarity, and how somewhere on the planet there is somebody who is probably in constant doing, in constant action, and finding themselves overwhelmed, overworked, overtired, and drained, and just in this space of complete overwhelm of how much is going on in their life, how much they have going on, to the point where they would probably switch places with me. So I think it's interesting how you can view the different spectrums of the human experience. And so Mother Earth was explaining to me that either if you're in a space of I have nothing going on, or you're in a space of I have too much going on, you're learning something from each experience, which is where you can find balance within yourself. And so Mother Earth was explaining to me that we can look to nature to understand these teachings of balance, movement, change, and rhythm, and flow as well. She was expressing to me that the planet has really learned to master these cycles of rhythm, flow, change, movement, stillness, all of those adjectives, because it's a part of what nature is and does, how we are in these different cycles and ebbs and flows. And so she said, just like nature learns how to um, adapt, to change and to grow and flourish and to find moments of stillness and death and rebirth and all of these different phases of evolution. As human beings, we're also learning those cycles within our own life. And so when I was asking Mother Earth where I am in terms of my understanding and my learning, she was speaking to me about rhythm. And she was speaking on how I'm learning to find rhythm in my life. And this made me reflect on all of the points in my journey where I have been in a rhythm, where I have been in some form of routine, or I have set some sort of pace for my life that works for me. And right now, I'm in this less structured environment. Me and my beloved, we just got back from a trip to the mountain. And so we're really unpacking all that we received from being in the beautiful, pristine environment of the Sierra Nevada mountain range, where there was no Wi-Fi, there was no connection to anything. rooted in like technology where we were actually connecting into the true like Wi-Fi of nature. And so since being a part of that experience of being tapped in to Mother Nature, I'm really integrating how that comes into my everyday life and experience, and how I can receive my messages and guidance and downloads from the Mother Earth herself, from the trees, from the rocks, from nature, from animals, the elementals. And so I'm learning how to incorporate that into my everyday life and how I can make sense of it. And so maybe you're feeling that call as well to really begin to receive the guidance and codes and messages from the planet itself. And if you're feeling your heart light up as I speak about this, it's probably because you're also intuitively, empathically picking up on the signals and call that Mother Earth is asking her children to receive her and to attune their frequency and their harmonics and their energetics to the planet so that we can be more in alignment with her. And this is a really big process that humanity is going through. And to those of us who are sensitive, we're feeling the deeper call to slow down and listen. Because for those of you who are on this journey, you realize that the only way you're actually able to stop, receive, and integrate the energies is to take those moments of restful pause. And it takes practice to be able to receive and to attune yourself to the signals and the frequencies of Mother Earth, because we've just not been conditioned that way. We've been conditioned to receive from, you know, Google or like from our teachers at school or from our parents, from other people. It's just been a part of our upbringing, hasn't been, let's go check in with Mother Earth and see what she has planned for us today, or like what she wants to share with us today. So, for those of us who are here to be stewards of the planet, there is a deep call to action to really deepen that relationship with her. And so I found that this experience was so beautiful because I just felt so loved and held when I was sitting with her and I was, writing my notes. And it was really nourishing to my being, to my whole being, my heart, my body, my soul, and my emotions and my mental body. Everything just felt like it was being reconnected, rewired to this living, breathing, organic frequency. And as I was just sitting and being with that, I felt deeper and deeper connected to the oneness of everything. And I heard, you are not only a drop in the ocean, but you are the whole ocean in one drop. And this is actually one of my favorite quotes, and that I haven't heard in a little while. And how easily we forget that we are also the whole universe in one being. And also, one being experiencing the universe. And to really flip that perspective sometimes helps us to see that although at times it can feel like we've got the blinders on and we're having this very unique human experience that is specific to us, it's also important to recognize that we are also everyone. We are also all of it, having this experience together in all these different characters and all these different roles. And we have a tendency at times to compare our journeys to other people. And we think, wow, I love what they're doing. Maybe I should do that. Or, wow, they seem to really have their life figured out. Maybe I need to, follow that path. And what the universe and Mother Earth was saying is that, in a way, because we are a part of the innate wisdom and the oneness of the universe, we are having that experience already through that person, through that character. So the universe is saying we don't need another person emulating that same experience. We need you as who you are, as a unique expression of source, to live your life and walk your path as the unique aspect that you are, because nobody else is having that experience, because we are all like unique snowflakes or unique fingerprints that have been so beautifully crafted by the universe to have your experience, this experience that you're having right now. And so, although it can feel tempting to want to emulate someone else's experience because our ego says, then I'll be happy, right? Or our ego says, then I'll be free of pain, or then I'll have purpose if I just do what they're doing. But you will never feel fulfilled by emulating something else or someone else that you see, or comparing yourself to them, thinking that you need to be that. And there is like a self-love piece that comes with that. Because as I was also reflecting on my own tendency to want to rush my path and just get into it and figure everything out and, have some form of feeling for my ego like I made it, which I probably will never feel that because there's definitely moments in your life where you're like, yeah, like I just achieved something amazing. But the part of you that knows there's more will always look to the next thing. So there really is no moment, I feel, where we think we've just like made it or we've achieved what we are desiring to achieve to completion, because there's an ever unraveling, unfolding journey for you to have here. And it's not complete until you leave this body. So thinking that somebody else has it all figured out is just an illusion because they're not you and you're not them. So it was really interesting that that was coming up today, because Mother Earth was showing me that even if you're not doing something that you can write down on paper that seems tangible, maybe you're in this space like I am, where you're in between where you were and where you're going. And in that in between space, you can feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. Like, what is the point of this? What's the next thing for me? Like, what do I need to do? And maybe in that restful pause is that it's that calm or that stillness before the next thing is ready to emerge in your life, or you need that space in order to receive what's next for you. Everything has purpose, everything has a meaning, and there is a beautiful unfoldment that's occurring for each one of us right now. And a lot of us are being prepared, and we're making room and space to receive the direction of what's next for us. So just feel that for a second. Give yourself permission to fully accept where you are right now. Fully accept. Even if you don't like it, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if you are still searching for answers or still looking for something to fall from the sky and tell you, this is what you need to do. How many times have we just wished for that? And I think reflecting on it, it's at times very hard to just be with ourselves. Because in the just being with ourselves, we're forced to really observe and pay attention to what we're feeling inside. And I was having this conversation with my beloved this morning, and he was in agreement that in our collective family, the human often tries to fill their time with things as a distraction to avoid being with themselves, to avoid being alone with themselves. And we know many examples of that is, they will, instead of being with themselves, they'll go shopping and they'll buy more things. Instead of being with themselves, they'll go eat food or go eat junk food or, fill themselves with sugar and caffeine and all those things. Or instead of being with themselves, they'll join like a dating app and try to find a partner. Or instead of being with themselves, they'll adopt an animal. Or instead of being with themselves, they'll watch a TV show or a movie or do these things, right? So we're always looking for things to do in constant searching and seeking to fill our time with things because we don't want to be with ourselves. We don't know how to just be in stillness and in that space of non-action or non-doing, which is very much the feminine. It's the feminine yin energy of stillness and surrender. For most people, the only time that they're not in doing or trying to be somewhere or accomplish something is when they're sleeping. Right? So this this desire to take time for yourself, it's not selfish. It's a requirement. It's a requirement for you to heal that which is unresolved or that which you've been avoiding. And it takes a lot of surrender, trust, and knowing yourself to just be in these moments of stillness. And maybe that moment of stillness for you is 1 hour of your day where you go outside and you put your feet in the earth and you just be without some form of goal for that time that you're spending with Mother Earth. Because sometimes we even like try to micromanage that time. We're like, okay, I'm going to go sit for an hour and meditate, and I'm going to align my chakras, and I'm going to receive clarity for my next steps, and I'm going to do all these things. But even in that, you're still trying to micromanage that time that you're just in stillness. So it's really interesting the way that we have been conditioned to be in that masculine energy. That even when we're in more of a feminine energy of receptivity and stillness, we're still in the doing. So, what I have found so supportive for me in that is just trusting my connection to Mother Earth and asking her to support me. I am feeling like emotional just as I'm saying that because I can feel the planet opening her arms to us. I can feel her love that is here that just wants to hold us and to support us. And I think often, like, a mother just wants to be there for her child. That is how I feel the planet feels for us. And at times, we're just not able to fully receive her because we don't necessarily perceive her as the consciousness that she is, because we just have not been able to fully open to that, because our nervous systems have been hardwired or attuned to the cultural conditioning and the busyness of our everyday experience that we're not necessarily even on the same signal as her. And if we've become so out of rhythm with the cycles of the planet, then it can be like we're on two different radio waves, right? You know, have you ever had that experience when there's two different walkie-talkies and one person is on signal 8 and the other person is on signal 2, and you're both trying to communicate with one another, but you can't hear each other. And I think that's what has happened to human beings in the planet. We're just operating on different wavelengths unknowingly because of the conditioning and the pace of our lives and the way that we have started to condition our nervous system and our senses to technology, which is so fast paced and so um, busy, right? When you turn on your phone, there's like a gazillion things happening and you have so many tabs open and there's just so much to do. It's like crack for your brain, right? Like, does anyone ever feel like that when you're just on technology and you feel like a zombie when you get off of it because you've just been like staring at all these things and your brain doesn't even know how to begin to process everything that you just saw, right? Where it's very different energy when you're with Mother Earth, the pace is so much slower. It's subtle and you have to be in an energy that is more at the level of peace than the frequency of overstimulation. So if you're overstimulated, like you've just had 5 cups of coffee and you try to go sit with Mother Earth, you're going to have a very hard time sitting still and being because your mind's going to be receiving the signals to think and do, and it's going to create this imbalance, right? So, what we're really speaking about is how do we begin to heal our nervous systems, our bodies, our minds, our emotions to begin to attune to the frequency, vibration, and harmonics of Mother Earth. And it's really important that we actually begin to do this because this is where the healing takes place. This is where our bodies feel safe because our root chakras are connected to the planet. And if our root chakras are not fully intact and connected to the groundedness and the frequency and the healing of the planet, then many of us are just going to feel unsafe to be here. We're going to externalize our safety to our finances, to how much money we make, to our house, to a person. We're going to project that feeling of this is what brings me safety to an external outside construct that isn't actually organic to this planet. It's been man-made. It's a man-made construct. So if your safety and your root chakra is dependent upon how much money you have in your bank account, then what happens when all that money is gone? What happens when you lose your home? What happens when you lose your stuff, right? We don't feel safe. Yet Mother Earth is saying, ground into me. I am always here for you. Mother Earth is saying that I will not abandon you. I am your safety. I am your security. Let me hold you. Let me provide that nourishment and safety for you. And allow me to provide you with everything that you need. Just feel that. Think about the stability that the planet brings under your feet. Think about what Mother Earth provides for us: food, water, a home. All that we need to survive has always come from the planet, right? We've never needed a man-made thing to take care of us or provide for us. We've done that. We've constructed homes that have cut us cut ourselves off from the planet, cities that are fully paved over, disconnected from the plants, right? We spend our days in office buildings with artificial lighting, and we say, I feel safe because I have all of my needs met. I have this office building. I have these artificial lights, providing light so that I can see. I have a paycheck coming in to pay my bills so I can live. But that construct is man-made. And if our safety and sense of worth and all of that, our identity is attached to that and that alone, then it's very it's very easily taken away. It's very easily manipulated and very easily can change at any given moment. It's not dependable. But Mother Earth is. If you know that as long as you are on this planet, that Mother Earth will love you, support you, hold you, provide for you, offer you love and guidance, protection, then you know without a doubt that you are loved and safe. So it's a beautiful reflection for many of us. And it's only when you actually experience how loved and held and fulfilled you are by the planet and by Mother Nature that you actually realize that what I'm saying holds truth. And I'm not saying, by the way, to like quit your job and like move into an RV and, live like a hippie or, whatever. Um, what I'm saying is that finding that space to deeply root yourself, to deeply attune yourself to the planet will serve you in every single way possible. And that it may be a process for you to go through. But once you've really made that promise to yourself and the earth that you are here to be with her, to connect with her, to learn from her, to be an apprentice of the earth, a student of the earth, when you claim your right as a child of this planet to be a part of her evolution and to attune your frequency to that of her, your whole life will change. And every day after that you devote yourself to that cause, watch your whole life begin to align to the frequency of love, healing, compassion, all of the things that we are so worthy of. And anything that's in the way of that will be brought to your attention and awareness so that you can heal and trust in her. That is my message today from Mother Earth, from the planet, from my heart. Thank you all for receiving me, for tuning in, and yeah, giving me the opportunity to be of service in this way and share from my heart. I love you all so much. May you be blessed. May you feel the love and support of Mother Earth today. Thank you. Have a beautiful day, everyone. All my love.